Alright, gamers. Hold on a second, let me grab my stuff. Shut up. Dude, stop. Stop making that noise, it's so annoying. Got some big ass temporary files. Hello, 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 everyone. God, I hate that noise. Everyone, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's doing amazing, because I know I am. My name is Shadow, I'm a motion designer, and I'm learning to draw every day just to prove to people that it is not that hard. Also, I'm kind of low-key tired, so yeah. Anyways, we're gonna draw. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna draw, right? This is Photoshop. And Photoshop obviously doesn't want to start, because why would it? Why would it? Photoshop does whatever the frick it wants, right? Due to the lack, or not lack, but due to the scarcity of internet access, I'm not gonna be streaming for long. These few streams. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus on drawing, and I'm gonna do less fucking around. So reactions, I'm gonna, from here up until the end of the month, we're going to be doing less reactions, and we're going to be doing also basically less of everything else but drawing, right? We're going to be watching what's he called? Freaking yeah, Sam Does Art, because we need to watch him. And the funny thing is, we need to watch more. I forgot that I made that. I took Rufus's drawing and I'm like, let me mess with it because it looks so cool, but he just like didn't add color to it, and now it's just that with a fried caption of "guys, am I chopped?" So as I was saying, and I know I'm rambling right now, and I should be just like watching Sam Does Art and drawing, but yeah. So just to clarify how it's going to be,
okay,
from
part 2.
Just hold on, from now up until the end of the month, just because yesterday the data ran out, and that was a problem because I had this like thing where from like 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. the internet access is quote unquote unlimited, but it's about like, I don't know, 100 gigs or something, but they are bound to end at some point. So with all the reactions and with all the long streams, it's not going to, that is not enough, that's not going to suffice towards the end of the month. So that's why it stopped today. So I'm running, like, I'm literally spending money on streams basically just to be able to stream, which is okay. I'm fine with it. I just have to be more ergonomic maybe. So no Dodoy no Diddy doesn't have internet, unfortunately, and I'm so sorry to repeat, no, then not now. I want to use the data that I have for something that maybe that will get me better in drawing, and I just want to invest that quote unquote money into like me actually learning. Are we back? Spinning circle. Yes, we're here. I'm here. I see as well. Still fun to chat. Yeah, always is. Always is. Hopefully you're still here. Yeah. So let's grab.
Okay, welcome to part 2.
Welcome to part 2. We already watched a bit of this part, so we're going to move forward a little bit. Botrix, welcome Botrix. Let's see here. Welcome to part 2. Wait, hold on, let me hear that again.
Okay, welcome to part 2.
Okay,
welcome to part 2 of our gestures and poses tutorial. In this section, we're going to do so it's right about there, and the angle of the hips, which is going at an angle quite different to that of the shoulders. This is going to pretty much give me a sense of how the pose is going to look. And then from the hip, we're going to find this leg. It's about somewhere right there where he's putting a lot of force on it, and we can start building out the three-dimensional shapes.
Okay, you see how that is? If I was drawing this, I would have made the torso kind of like angle of the hips about the angle of the dangle. You don't need a cough after that. Hold on. I'm gonna try to show you how I would have done it, which is not like that. So this is, wait, hold on. Let me show Photoshop here, sure. So taking that reference, this is how I would have treated it. So it'd be like this. This is the head, right? And it would be like this. And it'd be like this. This is like the chest, boom. And then this would be like here. I would have done, you know? But okay, maybe kind of like here. And this one is it's always better when I'm fast with it. Maybe the arms are short. Right? I don't know. Like his wiener would be here probably. Yeah, does that look fine? Eyes is here, hello. I be doing things that makes me cough totally. I mean, in VC you would be coughing a lot, so yeah. Eyes is here, welcome Eyes. Sorry, by the way, I was drawing. I was not looking at the chat. How you doing? How you doing? So yeah, he on the other hand did it like this way. He did like this, and then he did like here, which is kind of interesting. All right. So this kind of this is twisted, and I don't know. Welcome, it's okay, I'm good. Nice. Okay, so let's move on to back here.
So remember to always like categorize what you're doing. I like to use very simple shapes for the hips as well as the rib cage, and then build on top of it to form what looks like the human body. So using ovals for the thighs.
I still don't understand why he did the line kind of like almost straight, horizontal, but the circle for the hips that would represent the hips, he tilted it slightly.
The rib cage, and then build on top of it to form what looks like the human body. So using ovals for the thighs as well, and keeping in mind where the knees are, the angle between the knees. So this one's a little bit in front. Using very simple shapes and just capturing the feeling of a gesture.
Yeah, Sam does art is really good. Like, he's really good.
There's absolutely no detail being put into the anatomical structure, like the toes and the musculature and all that stuff, because we want to get the shape down, and that's what matters the most. If something looks a little bit off, you could always tweak it. And one thing to really remember is capturing a gesture in a pose is not the same as studying anatomy. We're not focused on the small details and the way muscles.
Wait, I wonder if I might end up being more invested in learning something anytime soon. Like the live stream I shared in Inspiration Bros seemed fairly serious about learning. Wait, I didn't see that, so maybe I'll look at it after. Also, the volume is like louder than me.
Look and attach.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me fine?
We want to produce a drawing that actually looks like it's moving, like it's in motion, like there's some life to the character. Right, so looking at the angle of the arms, they kind of follow this swooping line. Better? And then this arm goes back up.
I love how he made like the leg kind of like go here.
It's kind of placed right there. And get the hand on there like that.
That's beautiful, man. Oh my god, that's beautiful.
And there's a very quick gesture, about 5 minutes. When you're practicing this as well, you want to remember to not get caught up in the details. You can see like all of this anatomical stuff going on here with the lighting and stuff. We're completely overlooking that, and we want to just cap.
Also, in the 10K hours Discord server, the YouTuber guy seems a bit invested in his art learning too. I mean, it does make sense, right? Also, what guy are you referring to? Am I supposed to know who this guy is?
Capture the main essence of the pose. We want to get the feeling of the movement to make it believable. And then if you were to actually render this piece out as a full painting, you have the option to start adding details on top of it. So the second one we're going to do is also a very, very dynamic pose. It's a baseball player in mid-swing. And
okay, I've seen this already. We've seen this part on stream. But I didn't really, draw this one. So maybe I can try before he does, and see what I did, the things that I do that maybe he doesn't do or does. So this is here. I talked about the 10K hour stuff, YouTube hour stuff before. There's a server I joined. Yeah, but the YouTuber, I remember like talking about the 10K hours. The YouTuber guy, maybe I forgot who this YouTuber is. So we've got head. Right, and then we've got kind of like this. Actually, this goes along the whole body, like from here to here. Does he have a relatively huge dumpy, or is this like the pants that are filling up in a weird pose maybe? It does look like he has a huge dumpy. Okay, this is not bad. Dumpy captured. Whole bakery? Oh my god. The YouTube guy runs this channel, the channel and Discord, and he posts about his learning daily. Maybe you can, if I didn't, you know, if you have mentioned it and linked it before, maybe I forgot, but I'd like to see it again. He's been doing a bit of anatomy, it seems. Cool. Okay, let's get back to Sam, and I'm gonna see how he does this, and then we're gonna end the stream.
What we're gonna do is the same thing as before. We're gonna find the head, find the cranium, and find the angle of the face, right about there, and then we're gonna look for the big swooping gesture line that goes down like that, that connects to the leg, and this also gives you a sense of where the spine is going to be. And because there's a lot of like foreshortening going on in this composition, it's a little bit hard to tell, but that shoulder, rear shoulder, is behind the head right there, whereas the front shoulder is right here. So you get a bit of an angle like this. And what's interesting is because the body is so twisted in this scenario, the hip joints, where the leg connects with the hips, are facing almost a completely different direction.
I'll check them out after stream. Totally.
Shoulders, because there's a lot of twisting going on in this pose. So if you don't know what you're looking for, this might be really overwhelming. But since we know what we're looking for, we can tackle this pretty easily. So we're going to look for the spine and find the angle of the shoulder. So we know one of those shoulders is going to be behind the head. We can start to kind of mark that down. The other shoulder is going to be in front, right under the chin almost.
Also,
right?
you know, one thing that maybe he didn't mention here is how he took that form and actually rendered it in 3D rather than just like making just an oval shape. You know, because there's that slight angle behind the head that, you know, suggests that, you know, there's the shoulder there and then it goes down to the back, right? So it's interesting. Maybe it's like a force of habit and he didn't really focus on it in the moment to talk about it, but it's really cool.
Go out at this kind of an angle with the baseball bat right there. I'm just like marking that down
very cool. Also how he marked, you know, the arms just like as two lines, and that just feels right.
Very loosely. The glute is very obvious in this case. We're gonna.
He's like, you know, mature about it. The glute, you know, it's very obvious, like, you know. And I'm like here, I'm like, the dumpy, bro. He's got a dumpy.
Mark that down with the angle of the hips. So the outside hip's going to be right there, and the hip that's facing us is going to be somewhere right there. And after we've established that, Okay, we're gonna find the angle of this leg right here, find where the knee is gonna be, go down, work our way down to the calves, and flesh out that other leg as well. And again, looking for the relationships between the knees. So this one's gonna be a bit higher. There it is. And he's putting some force on this foot. It's sliding, and there's a lot of force being applied to his ankle right there. And on the back foot, his toe is going to be touching the ground. So it's a very, very fast process, and a process where we don't look at any of the details. We overlook that. In fact, we actually want to...
You know what? I need to watch this multiple times.
As much as we can, overlook the clothing on our characters as well. We want to just see the pose. So we get up there, we can get an oval shape for the shoulder, an oval shape for the biceps and the triceps.
Honestly, it's cool to see the difference between, you know, mine and his. You know, mine isn't bad necessarily. It's just like there's these in his, there's like these strokes of just like masterfulness, if that's the word, mastership. I don't know. That are just like missing from mine, you know, and it's very cool to see. Intersecting the hip and shoulder angles. That's kind of a neat way of checking proportions or something. Wait, the hip and shoulder angles? Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah, that's actually a cool way to think about it. Yeah, mine, I mean, the ankle of the shoulders is a bit off in mine. Yeah, this is great. This is great. Okay, this learning, I'm having fun. The invisible spatial relationships, right? This is like a privilege that we have as artists, and that skill that we like hone, that, you know, not a lot of people get to see, you know. It's very cool.
And then another one to connect that to the front of the arms, and that's where the hand is going to be. So the other arm is coming out, and again, you know, keeping in mind the relationship between the two elbows.
You know what's also cool? I don't know, I may be wrong here. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I was thinking, because he didn't do it that way there. In the reference here, and I'm thinking maybe it could be like something like that's like the golden number. This is like if like the lines intersect kind of like in a point, that's like a more visually pleasing pose. I don't know, right? But like this clearly doesn't intersect in that point, and maybe they don't really have to all intersect, right? But it's maybe it's a theory that we need to test on more poses to see if it's true or not.
Kind of like this kind of an angle, and we're going to mark that down so that that elbow is going to be right there. It's going to be connected to the baseball bat.
Oh wait, you might be describing like something that that would have radial lines or patterns. Radial lines?
This is a very, very messy drawing process, but
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
You can go.
It might not be inherently visually pleasing or something, but it could be pleasing as a neat pattern to see. Yeah, maybe. I'm just like, you know, that could be something, I don't know.
Go back in after this and really refine the lines and make it a little bit more readable, and erase any construction lines that you might not want. But this is pretty much the essence of trying to capture a gesture. Is you want your hand to move in a way that has a lot of energy. So take note of how we translated this big gesture line into our drawing. So when you can capture the angles and the right relationships between the body parts of what it is that you're drawing, you're going to be able to convince the viewer of the authenticity of the pose.
This is very fun. I guess I might describe something like that as like an interesting compositional element. Yeah.
And here is our third.
Okay, we're gonna stop here. I'm just trying to, you know, not dissect, but like try to lengthen the life of my data as much as I can. So thank you for being here, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate every single one of you. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps me a lot, and just like I'm literally spending money on this on the stream, so it would really help to at least like hit the subscribe button. And yeah, Derpy, I'll see you, man. Bye bye, guys.